Sir modtricca, back up in this thing, man. Today, we'll be breaking down some mysterious videos that probably won't sit right with you. But before we hop into that, go ahead and spam that like button right now so we can run our numbers up on the algorithm, and you ain't even got to think about it later. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that sub button too. Sub up, join the family. This is the most lit and active community on YouTube, period. But with that being said, guys, let's hop straight into the video.
Like, what? This has to be an animal. And of course it's normal. I don't know if you're around.
I've seen many reptilian shapeshifter videos before, but I've never seen this. This is what you get if a gorilla had a baby with Jar Jar Binks.
Justin Bieber sending the world a subliminal message because the photo he just posted is currently going viral, and it's a picture of shipping containers, and under that is a picture of a baby. And if you swipe back, it's a childhood photo of him. Now, the caption is, "I got anger issues too, but I want to grow and not react so much. Shake my head." Now, people are thinking maybe this is a subliminal message. Maybe he's trying to raise awareness. I mean, Justin Bieber is known for his subliminal messages in his music, especially with the music video Yummy. I mean, it starts off as kids performing for adults at a dinner party, and as time goes on, he becomes the main event. And as the music video ends, he's left alone with an old man, and his plate is a picture of him as a child, and it says Yummy. There's also the music video of Where Are You Now, which is literally thousands of pictures, and it's sped up so quick where you can't see it, but every time you pause, you can see a new picture of art, and it's usually all pretty dark. This is just a few examples. There's a lot more that goes much more in depth, but the Instagram photo he posted on his profile, it's very odd, and I'm wondering if it's something that we need to be concerned about.
I think it's something we should definitely be concerned about because Kendrick Lamar also had a music video with shipping containers in it, so I feel like they're trying to tell us something. Maybe if we start searching and we'll find the answers, especially the ones behind Diddy's house on Star Island.
So you guys remember when I saw that weird cloud in my backyard that was disappearing and reappearing, which I never found out what that actually was? Well, about 20 to 30 minutes west of where I live in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, someone just caught this on camera. This was in Spokane, Washington. And if you're in the area, check out the cross streets. It might be close to where you live. You may have seen this too. But this kind of reminds me of what I was seeing. This is appearing and reappearing. Doesn't quite look like a cloud. I can't make out what it is. Definitely doesn't look like birds. And apparently these guys talking in the background, they claim that an airplane flew through it. So I'm not sure. This one looks even weirder than what I saw, but it's appearing and reappearing in the same fashion as what I saw in the backyard. Check it out. What do you guys?
It does look like birds. This is the time of year where the Canadian geese travel back to Canada from Florida and from the lower states. And literally just yesterday, I just heard a whole bunch of geese like landing, and that's how they fly. There's groups like that. I don't know why they'd be shining like that. It could just be because of the dark sky backdrop, and if the sun is shining and hitting them, it looks like they're shining, but really they're just white. That does look a lot like birds, but it's just what I'm saying.
I think this is.
Yeah, it's behind the power line right now. I think he's right. I don't think that's birds. I don't know. What is that? An airplane went through it, so it's not birds.
I don't know if this has any connection with the clouds disappearing. This looks even more questionable. We got an entirely separate issue on our hands.
You still eating KFC? Okay. This is wild. Now, I'm not sure if this is a chicken egg or is this a potato, but it looks like a potato. Watch this. This is a KFC commercial. It's not a game at all. What, you thought that was mud water? That's gravy. Yeah, the gravy you put on your mashed potatoes. Shut up! It's not a game, guys. Look at this. Pay attention to this. What is going on? You're probably in a drive-thru right now. Yo, what are you about to do with him? What is this? You dipping him in gravy? Why are you doing that? Dude came out a whole fried chicken leg, bro. You hear me? Well, there you go, guys. AFC.
This could be truth hidden in plain sight. A two-piece leg and a thigh might actually be somebody's leg and thigh.
Breaking news, this is the CIA headquarters, and someone submitted a Freedom of Information request, and they actually approved it and sent them a document about how the CIA had people in their organization remote view the Ark of the Covenant. Now, if you don't know what remote viewing is, it's the ability to perceive information and imagery of remote geographical targets. And the CIA has used people to remote view stuff all the time. They found a downed plane in the Congo that the transponder was broken on it. They couldn't find it. They got a girl in there who was remote viewing. Hey, where are the coordinates? She gave them the coordinates. They went to the spot and found this plane. This is not the first time the CIA has remote viewed something. A declassified CIA document from Project Sunstreak dated 1988 claims that the Ark of the Covenant was discovered through remote viewing. The document describes the Ark as a wooden, gold, and silver coffin-shaped object with a six-winged angel located underground in the Middle East and guarded by entities. Then it says that we as conscious humans can traverse these fundamental connections through the mind and actually perceive places, people, objects without having to be directly in their proximity, and this is what the CIA used to report the Ark of the Covenant.
I don't know how much I trust remote viewing, but if this is true and they actually located the Ark of the Covenant, then it's not in the Middle East no more. It's in the middle of the CIA headquarters basement.
Heads up, if you've ever given your DNA to 23andMe, you should probably go and delete that right now. This morning, it was announced that 23andMe filed for bankruptcy and that its CEO, Ann Wojcicki, was resigning. 23andMe is, of course, the DNA testing company. They said that this morning, 23andMe shares dropped more than 50% in early trading after the company filed for bankruptcy late Sunday, blah, 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 shareholder value, whatever. Here is what's actually alarming. Quote, 23andMe's global database has grown into a virtually unprecedented repository of human genetic information that can now be sold in bankruptcy proceedings. That's right. The privacy statement of 23andMe says that, quote, if they are involved in a bankruptcy, merger, acquisition, reorganization, or sale of assets, your personal information may be accessed, sold, or transferred as part of that transaction. So what does that mean? Well, it means that the DNA that you've given them could be scooped up by whoever and used in all sorts of crazy ways. Things like maybe cloning you without your permission. Your DNA could be sold to malicious actors who could then use that DNA and leave it at crime scenes that you were never at. Of course, bioweapons is always a possibility. I mean, okay, those are admittedly kind of crazy examples. Maybe they won't happen. But then there are those mundane use cases that probably will happen. One of which is insurance companies using that DNA data to deny you coverage, which is something they definitely love to do. So if you don't want that, here are the instructions on how you can delete your data from 23andMe. Pause to read.
You can delete your data all you want, but chances are they probably already got it backed up on the hard drive. I'm glad I never trusted 23andMe enough to send in my DNA just for them to tell me that I'm 1% Cambodian.
Yo, I'm in the bath, right? And I'm like, I put my bath bomb in, whatever, and I feel something poking me, and I look in the water, and I'm like, what is these little things floating in the water? And then I check the bath bomb. Yo, why is there glass in the bath bomb? That's quite literally glass, and it cut me. I'm so confused.
It looks like she ordered this bath bomb from Freddy Krueger's TikTok shop.
Most shoppers typically encounter when they walk into a grocery store is what's called front of shop, in which you'd find the produce section as well as the flower section. This isn't mere coincidence, it's by universal design. A store's produce section plays a large role in how much consumers will spend. Not only that, grocery stores use very specific directional lights aimed at fruits and vegetables to make their colors pop. Now, once your visual appetite is satisfied, stores have to make sure you don't just pick some fruits and bounce. They need you to walk by as many items as possible. This is when the traffic builder method comes into play. Ever wondered why milk and bread are always way at the back of the store? This tactic is designed to increase the likelihood of impulse purchases along the way. Since milk is a staple item, putting it at the back ensures that shoppers will pass by various other products, which means more impulse buys. That's also why some of the best deals are typically way at the back. Now, once they get you in the central section of the store, this is when they make the real money off of you. At the beginning of the video, I told you grocery stores are in the real estate business. This is what I mean. 50 to 75% of grocery stores' profit is from slotting fees. Food companies and brands spend a tremendous amount of money to place their products at a certain location inside stores.
It sounds like they're using the same methodology they use when designing casinos. I'm only shopping at farmers markets from now on.
Sorry, I had to fight in the middle of your Black Panther party.
This is like the most I've ever been affected by the Mandela effect. Like, because that's wrong. That is not correct. I quote the hell out this movie, and I was running.
I'm almost positive I remember the line being, "Sorry, I ruined your Black Panther party." Let me know what you guys remember.
Oh, wow.
Taken by the police officer.
St. Paul boy, 16, in car accident. John Bolware, 16, 1485 Sergeant Avenue, St. Paul, about 7:45 p.m. Thursday when a car he was in hit a tree.
The police are the first on scene when anything like this happens, and that would be when the spirit is freshest, even if it's not intelligent, because that very well could be because high impact car accidents are going to release a lot of energy.
Right.
Could just be the manifestation of it, but that's fascinating.
It's fascinating, and when you go down to the comparison photo,
wow,
it's him.
Yeah, there's no question.
There's no free.
There's no question.
No, that is absolutely him.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I don't know, it's always fascinated me. In my opinion, this is probably the most.
It is absolutely one of the most compelling
one of the most
pictures out there. Mostly because you have the comparison, the story behind it is so compelling. It's so strong because that would be the reaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
The last reaction, the last moment, the anguish, the screaming.
And if I never believed in ghosts before, then I definitely do now. This is as clear as it gets.
My car is completely busted up. I've got water coming in. This is my windshield.
Brianna Willis and her mom had to pull over as large hail pounded their SUV in south central Texas Sunday. They got caught in the severe thunderstorm along Interstate 10 in Kerrville. When it finally stopped, hail covered the ground and the sunroof was smashed in. And look at the size of that hail. Luckily, Willis and her mom were not hurt.
That car doesn't look like it got caught in a hailstorm. It looks like it got caught in a drive-by.
On October 13th, 1947, a B-17 bomber flew along the edge of a hurricane. The storm had just wreaked havoc on Florida and now is moving off into the Atlantic Ocean. Once it was 350 miles from shore, the hurricane became a good candidate for a new experiment to see if they could weaken the storm by dropping dry ice into it. So that's exactly what they did, dumping in more than 175 pounds of solid carbon dioxide. While absorbing the dry ice, the hurricane pulled a 180, tore backward, and made landfall in Savannah, Georgia. One life was lost and damage was extensive. At first, nobody could be sure what happened, but it looked like Project Cirrus had caused the hurricane to go haywire. Later, investigators showed there was almost zero chance the dry ice had any effect on the hurricane. The storm had apparently shifted its course before it was introduced, and then the hurricane actually followed known weather patterns. Not everyone was so sure, though, including one of the project's scientists who was convinced they had caused the storm to change course.
If they were able to steer a hurricane in the 40s with dry ice, imagine what they can do now with the current technology. This makes me think about Hurricane Helene.
I have a knife when I can't go. You see that? I got it following. When I told you, it looked like fireworks. Yeah, tell me the helicopter's not following it. And it went far faster.
It kind of looks like a drone, but if a helicopter is following it, then it's probably something more than that.
Bro, I know what telepathy is. I'm not talking about telepathy, bro. I'm talking about physically speaking. Like the dolphin is like, hello there, good morning. And you're saying hello back. Like the dolphin is bringing tea from the bottom of the ocean to the top, physically speaking. The video I saw of the girl, she was physically teaching the dolphin how to talk, bro, with vocabulary in words.
Mama. Yeah. Mama. Mama.
I know what to let the be is, y'all. That's not what I'm talking about, bro. And they said it take like 3 months for them to fully have full-blown conversations. Remember, this was just 3 seconds, 5-10 seconds when she was teaching him how to say mama. And bro was already catching on. So think about the span of 3 months, bro.
Maybe this is why it's illegal for us to communicate with dolphins, because they can actually speak words, and they want us to think that we're the only intelligent species on this planet.
I don't understand why you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on. And I mean, it's such a simple question, and it's haunted me ever since. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Ask yourself that question. Why do we have to pay to live on a planet we were born on? And who are we actually paying for the privilege of being alive here? Who made them the boss? Who put them in charge? You know? Think about that. We're looking at a war over water, when instead of feeding the military-industrial complex, we could be building desalination plants all over the world. So everybody could have water, so they could grow crops. But are we doing it? No. Why would we want to do that? Why would we want to empower people to grow food and take care of themselves? Then we can't control them. This is what I'm talking about.
The only reason why they're still in power today is because we've been brainwashed to accept it. If not, then people like King Charles would have been polishing shoes for a living.
Anybody know what's going on with the ground lately? Like,
they must be adding butane to the cloud seeding formula for it to do this. If you slip in this snow, you're going to have third-degree burns.
look at the thing glowing. I can't believe I'm holding it this still. My back is not... Wait, I got to adjust my back. Oh my God, I would kill for a tripod. Screen record it. Everybody screen record this and share it tomorrow. If you tag me, that would be freaking cool. You don't have to, though. You don't have to tag me. But, oh my God, it's got... It looks like it's got little fuzzy hairs on it. It looks crazy. This is live, guys. This is live. I just happened to put the lens on perfectly, and I zoomed right in on it. That was actually lucky. Now I'm having problems getting it, trying to keep it still. It looks like it has a little smiley face. Oh, I would do anything for a tripod right now. I don't know how much longer I can hold it like this. How do you screen record? Somebody answer her. Oh, it's getting smaller. It's getting smaller. I can still see it with my eyes, though. I'm looking at it. Dude, it's glitching out. Oh, it flew away. It flew away. Look, look, look. It flew away. It's flying. That's why it was doing that. That's why it was doing that. Nay, that was awesome. Dude. Dude. Look at that. Holy. Oh, I'm not supposed to curse. Jesus Christ. That's why it was glitching like that, because it was freaking turning.
These orbs are either extra dimensional or some form of advanced technology if they can shapeshift into an aircraft when they know they're being filmed.
Am I tripping, or did this cloud start moving when I said, what is that?
Yo. No other cloud around this cloud. What is that?
This might actually be a cloaked ship because it was completely stationary until they questioned it.
Rachel and her husband are getting ready for bed when this was captured.
How you doing? You okay?
I don't know.
You a little freaked out?
A little bit.
So, we were just going to bed and we're not... Let me just show you. Like, we've literally had to put the bag up against the door because we're not sure
just. Okay, so we're leaving. We got all of our stuff packed. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, we're out of here. Rachel's already in the car. I'm leaving. Like, I don't know what's going on.
It's nice that Rachel's grandmother left her this house, but at what cost? I'd rather her leave me a quilt versus this.
A twirling unknown object.
I would just take the friggin' bolts off the door, take the door down, and be like, okay, that's it. Like, if that's the only door it's happening to, it could be. It is really weird. But it could be like vibrations from if they're constructing a tunnel underneath or whatever. I don't know. Definitely weird. But just take the door down. Be like, okay, what are you going to do now?
Object caught on slow motion camera. In January of 2024, a user on Reddit posted an intriguing video to the UFOs subreddit. They were sitting on their porch in Los Angeles, California, when they kept noticing strange things happening off in their peripheral vision. Trying to figure out just what was going on, they began to film this area in 240 frames per second slow motion. Upon playing the footage back, they were amazed to see this strange oblong object spinning through the air. Theories as to what this might be went wild in the comments section. Some speculate this could be an insect, others say possibly a seed drifting in the wind. Yet others point to something not quite of this world. What are your thoughts? Thank you. Keep watching the skies.
Whatever it is, it looks metallic, so I don't think it's an insect or a seed. If that was me, I would take that as a sign from God to never pick up a tennis racket again. I would just switch to Foursquare.
When you look on the seal of this, all right, that's a UFO right there. Above the church, okay? On this plaque right here. All right, if you can see it, these right here, these are going to be humans with their heads all connected, getting brought up to the ship. This is the ascension, right? He was brought up onto a ship. All has to do with time and space and your ascension up into the air. Where do you think Jesus went when he went into the sky? All right, there had to have been a chariot or some sort in the air. These symbols on the back right here, okay? They're somatic frequencies. They interact with your DNA, and they raise the cellular energy of your cells, okay? This is how you ascend spiritually, through your cellular energy. And the cross, because it's the positive force, okay? It's called the proton motive force inside your cells. Nobody else on here is going to tell you how to ascend, all right? Through the electrical force in your cells. That's why it says the blood of Christ and mentions iron all the time, because iron's going to ground the electrical charge into your body. Copper, just like all these copper roofs on these buildings I keep showing you, copper allows the transfer of energy between cellular functions, okay? This is how your cells communicate and operate at a cellular level. They're literally forces at cellular levels. All this brick right here is stacked like your skin cells. All your skin cells are stacked like brick and mortar. It's why I went studying stonemasonry 3 generations with my father.
He might actually be correct about that, because why else would a cathedral have a plaque with a UFO on it unless it's the Holy Sombrero?
And you do this. You watch. Wait to the green light and the tin.
Suck on! Suck on!
He just discovered the infinite phone charging glitch, but he went a little overboard with the suck on celebration. Some of those sightings are unexplainable, but a few of them might actually be man-made technology. We won't know for sure until they actually disclose it, so basically we'll never know. This has to be a hoax, because if this was me filming, I would have either been running or passed out.
The New World Order really consists of three aspects. There is a New World political system that everyone today is calling the New World Order. As well as that, there is an economic plan for the New World Order, and that is called the New World Economic Order. A third plan for religion. The planners of the world know that men need a religion of some kind, even if it's a false one. So they have a plan to give us a new age world global occultic religion.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law.
We find that psychics such as Nostradamus and Edgar Cayce predicted the occurrence of cataclysmic events. Jesus Christ also prophesied that wars and rumors of wars would increase. Nation would rise up against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Famines, pestilence, and earthquakes would occur with ever-increasing frequency. Are we headed for what the Bible describes as Armageddon? Is the end of the world at hand? Or rather, is mankind on the brink of a new age of spiritual power and enlightenment, a new world order?
If this new world order means putting us under more control, then that's what will cause Armageddon, because we can't take it no more.
از نتیجه سبز عیدمون زیباجوی عزیز راضی هستی؟ بله اینم از نتیجه کاملا پرپشت برگرفتن نوبت به پیج ما مراجعه فرمایید.
I love the creativity, but if he ever needs a lineup, he can't go to the barbershop. He's going to have to call a landscaper. But that was the video, guys. Don't forget to sub up, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Pretty good video. One thing I found crazy is when the guy, the lawmaker guy just now, he was like, there's freedom and the rule of law, and it's like those are pretty much mutually exclusive. Like the more laws you have, the less freedom you have. So it's like one or the other. But anyway, all right, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.